This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. This is my review for the fourth episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, which is titled The Whole World is Watching. And there are some extremely major spoilers in this. And let's go right in. This episode, honestly, I think was probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the series. I can't say that for certain, but I can say it's my favorite so far. I knew exactly where this episode was going. In fact, I was watching this with my dad, and I told him exactly what would happen. I left out a few parts because I didn't want to fully spoil the ending for him if I was right, but I was right. So I'm glad I didn't give it all to him. But also I kind of regret it because then I might have be doubted that I perfectly predicted the ending. But honestly, just to say, I'll go into that a little bit later. Let's go for the rest of the episode. I really liked the build up to this. I think it got increasingly better and better. It started off. The opening montage was probably the second best scene in the show so far. And with the first best definitely being later in this episode, which I'll be talking about. I will go into that in a second. But just to finish going over that scene so far, I think they did a very good job with it. And it looked very, very good visually. Of course, going on to the rest of the episode, we see even more interesting stuff with the Wakanda guards threatening Bucky that he has about 8 hours, I believe, to finish up with Zemo before they go to get him. And we have the tension building up slowly as we see them looking into Carly and the rest of the Flag Smashers. As we look at them, we see as tensions escalate between each group of people. We see Carly and the rest of the Flag Smashers definitely questioning what they've done, mainly her, and Sam coming very close to her when he's able to interrogate her. Not really interrogate, to talk to her, but that's all broken by John, who comes in trying to confront them about everything that's going on. He doesn't really trust them, and tensions continue to escalate as he is losing a lot. Of course, we get some great scenes with Zemo, as he basically explains how power corrupts people, and continues to be going on to do great stuff. And actually have a quick interesting theory about what's going on. I don't know, I think I might save it for another video. Actually, you know what, I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'll give it to you right here after I go over the rest of the episode, because it does include spoilers for the rest of the episode, and I just kind of want to go a little linear. The episode definitely begins to escalate a few more times in it. The first time it really escalates is in that conversation between Carly and Sam, where we have the new Cap breaking in and going to confront her and try to arrest her, which sends out the wrong message to Carly, and she's able to escape this time. But things get even more interesting when you start to continue watching, with Zemo escaping and then nearly killing Carly, which just goes into the theory, which I'll mention in a few minutes after I finish the rest of the review. Going on, Zemo's final great scene is when he El Chapo's Sam's words, not mine, his way out of the situation with the Wakanda guards coming from him. I know they have a name, I can't think of it off the top of my head. And if you've been watching for a while, you realize unless I can make this a full-time thing, which I can't right now, I'm not really going into looking for specific names. especially when I don't have that much time to record. This leads us to the ultimate climax. I mean, honestly, this could have just been an interesting way for a movie to end, and then or a season, and then go into season 2. But thankfully, they're not doing that, and we're going into a new episode next week because that ending was crazy with Carly threatening Sam's sister's family if he doesn't go and meet her. And from there, they go to confront everyone else as Captain America goes and raids the hideout of the Flag Smashers, and based on a conversation he had with his friend a little bit ago, and the fact that he knocked Zemo out, which I realized I forgot to mention, and took the super soldier serum, as considering taking it. We learned that he did take it, and now he is going to be using it. Make sure you can tell immediately when he starts to bend a pole. He goes and sadly his friend is killed by Carly in the middle of the fight. This leads to ultimately what I think is the best scene so far in the series, as we slowly see John Walker slowly losing it as he deals with his friend's death, going after one of the Flag Smashers, knocking him over, demanding to know where Carly is. When he says that he didn't do it, he lifts the shield above his head and kills the Flag Smasher, which definitely was an interesting scene to see everyone recording it on camera, and to finally see this scene with John Walker holding the Captain America shield with blood. And I just think this is a very haunting image. They did a very, very good job with this, and I think this is one of the best ways to do a more modern political issue. You have it, so it is so intense, you don't even realize what just happened, and once you finally start to think about it, then you realize how this is a commentary on political issues, and not how it's telling you how to think, but it's making you think. I don't really know if that's going to continue on with the next episode, how clear it'll be how bad this is, but they did a good job at least with the end of this episode. Now to go into that theory I was talking about quickly, I think that talking about how Zemo was knocked out and how he left one super soldier serum, I think it's extremely likely that he left behind the serum and let the new Cap take it to be able to prove his point that super soldiers were dangerous and need to be stopped. And honestly, knowing how smart he is, how he's on like a Batman, Thrawn, and Joker level of planning ahead with crazy elaborate plans, I think that definitely makes sense. And that's just an interesting theory I have about the show. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories, and may the Force be with you.